What if Voldemort had killed Dumbledore in the past? The wizarding world would have faced a future far darker and more sinister than anyone could have imagined. Without Dumbledore as the unwavering protector of justice and hope, the balance of power would have shifted irreversibly in Voldemort's favor, reshaping the lives of everyone who stood in his path. In this alternate reality, Voldemort confronts and defeats Dumbledore during one of their earlier encounters, long before Harry Potter's birth. With Dumbledore gone, Voldemort consolidates his power, infiltrating the Ministry of Magic and instilling fear throughout the wizarding world. Hogwarts, once a beacon of education and equality, falls under his influence. The school becomes a center for indoctrination, where only children of pure-blood families are allowed to learn magic. Mugborns, like Hermione Granger, are completely barred from entering Hogwarts, their wands confiscated and their magical potential stifled by a regime that views them as unworthy. Ron Weasley, a boy from a struggling pure-blood family, faces immense pressure to conform. His family, known for their progressive values, becomes a target of suspicion under Voldemort's rule. To protect themselves, the Weasleys publicly distance themselves from their allies in the Order of the Phoenix. Ron grows up in an environment of fear and compliance, learning to keep his head down and accept the reality around him, despite the turmoil it causes within. Hermione's life takes a drastically different path. Denied access to Hogwarts, she is forced to remain in the Muggle world, where she hides her magical identity and learns to live in fear of detection by Death Eaters who patrol for rogue witches and wizards. Her sharp intellect and determination do not waver, however. Hermione secretly teaches herself magic using old, smuggled spellbooks and dreams of one day fighting back against the oppressive regime. Harry Potter, the boy who lived, grows up in an even harsher reality. Without Dumbledore's protection, he is immediately marked as a threat to Voldemort. Rather than being left with the Dursleys, he is captured and raised under close surveillance by the Death Eaters. Harry grows up isolated under constant scrutiny, but his rebellious spirit and connection to his parents' legacy never falter. He becomes a symbol of defiance, a prisoner who sparks whispers of resistance, even in Voldemort's tightly controlled world. Hogwarts itself changes drastically. With Dumbledore gone, a loyal Death Eater or even Bellatrix Lestrange could rise as headmaster, enforcing Voldemort's ideology and ensuring that students are trained to serve the Dark Lord. The school, stripped of its former warmth and inclusivity, becomes a grim fortress where fear reigns and knowledge is twisted into a weapon for subjugation. The Order of the Phoenix struggles to survive without Dumbledore's leadership. Minerva McGonagall takes charge, but their resources and morale are critically low. Members are hunted mercilessly and betrayal looms at every corner. Sirius Black and Remus Lupin fight valiantly, but their missions grow increasingly desperate. Snape, still torn between his loyalty to Lily Potter and his ties to Voldemort, walks a dangerous line as a double agent. He becomes a shadowy figure whose true intentions remain a mystery even to the Order. Years pass, and Voldemort's grip on the wizarding world tightens. Harry, now a young man, becomes a rallying symbol for those who resist Voldemort's tyranny. He secretly connects with Hermione, who uses her self-taught magical skills to smuggle information and resources to the Resistance. Together, they dream of reclaiming Hogwarts and restoring the wizarding world to its former glory. Ron, meanwhile, struggles with his family's position. The Weasleys' survival has come at the cost of their ideals, and Ron feels torn between his loyalty to his family and his desire to stand up against Voldemort's reign. In a climactic twist, Harry, Hermione, and Ron are reunited under extraordinary circumstances. A chance encounter during a raid on a Death Eater-controlled town brings them together, reigniting the hope of rebellion. Despite their different paths, their bond endures, and they begin to plot a daring mission to overthrow Voldemort's regime, risking everything to free the wizarding world from its dark fate. The story ends on a note of uncertainty and hope, with the trio standing on the brink of a revolution. Their journey is far from over, but the spark they ignite begins to spread, lighting the way for a world that could yet be reclaimed from the shadows. What do you think would happen if Harry, Ron, and Hermione had to fight Voldemort without Dumbledore's guidance? Could they rise against the odds, or would the Dark Lord's reign remain unchallenged? Let me know your theories in the comments. If you like the video and don't want to miss the next one, subscribe. I will be very grateful.